Members of the board, dean, professor, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, dear classmates of GEMBA class of 2025 and GEMBA class of 2026, welcome again. I must begin by thanking those who made that possible. To our loved ones who supported us and quite often carried an extra burden while we disappeared under modules and assignments, thank you. Thank you for creating the space that allowed us to learn and grow. To the dean, the professors, faculty members and staff who challenged us constructively and supported what may be the most stressed GEMBA class in INSEAD's history, thank you. To our fantastic ops team, who managed to coordinate classes, trips, change of schedules, pre- and post-exams anxiety, always with calm, humor, and ever-ending good mood, thank you. To our wonderful reps, with each a unique way to support us in our journey, by either showing us unbelievable kindness and compassion, by organizing the best events to help us connect, capturing our journeys through thoughtful poems, and or motivating us by shouting to the top of their lungs, thank you. And to you, my classmates, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever looked at something really tiny and realized it completely shifted your perspective? It did for me, and I'll tell you the story, if you may, of my little dot. This year marks the 60th anniversary of Singapore's independence. By coincidence, it also marks the 50th anniversary of the independence of my country, São Tomé e Príncipe, a tiny African archipelago crossed by the equator, a tiny island and country that most people have never heard of. On the first day of my INSEAD journey, if you've gone to the INSEAD, you've seen there a big map with little dots where all the alumni live. They added a dot for me and for my country. And that little dot transformed everything for me. Once I saw it, I didn't see a map anymore. I see a mosaic, a constellation of little dots, like hundreds of them, representing each of you highly regarded professionals, but also more than 200 unique and essential pieces drawn from over 68 countries, assembled together to create a masterpiece. But I wondered, would those pieces fit together and really work together? When we walked through the doors of our campuses in Abu Dhabi, Singapore, Fontainebleau, Tsinghua, most of us wondered, how will I fit amongst over 200 highly accomplished professionals from every industries and every corner of the world? It felt like the first day at school, all over again. I, for myself, wondered, how would I fit as a woman of color, as a mother, as a proud African raised in Africa? I know that some others wonder how to navigate business school after 20 years in a career in the military, how to manage modules while becoming parents to a newborn, or, for the few introverts amongst us, how to survive weeks and weeks and weeks of relentless social interaction. But once we came together, something shifted. The magic happened. We became what a dear friend called a group of Uberachievers, slightly weird in each our unique way, and all missing something, either professionally or personally, or sometimes both. A group like the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi that found beauty in what is imperfect, transient, and incomplete. And here's what GEMBA taught me. The most important work we did wasn't just bringing our own piece to the table. It was connecting pieces that others said could not coexist. And we did, fully and fearlessly. We traveled the world, ate escargot in France, feijoada in Sao Paulo, satay in Singapore, dosas in Delhi, and Peking duck in Beijing. We learned that at INSEAD, it depends, is the most appropriate answer to every question, either professionally or personally. We learned that our friend Sahand owns the most extensive collection of short shorts mankind has ever seen. Thank you, Sahand. We also learn more acronyms than anyone should know, but can proudly teach you about UDG, LPO, IPA, KMCs, and so on. We even created our own acronym, GPA, or Global Party Animal, a title our friend Naoya holds undefeatedly. We cheered to Paul Michel's Gamba and reinvented the world at Glasgow Infante and at the Resident Bar. We rode dunes in Abu Dhabi, celebrated birth, Eid, weddings, Diwali, and countless life milestones together. Danced also, probably too often to the Macarena, played pétanque as we were born in Provence, and even channeled our inner Ronaldo and Messi during an epic football derby in Fonti. But above all, we supported one another. When some struggled with courses, when work life was hard, when people were injured or overwhelmed, we showed up. We encouraged each other. We're inspired by the many Iron Ladies of the cohort. Strong, sweet, and unstoppable. We celebrated one another's win, however small. Those small acts of support created something powerful. That is what I will remember most. We connected in far more ways than I ever imagined. But at times, we also struggled to make those pieces fit. We faced little internal battles within GEMBA', personal and professional challenges, sometimes shed a few tears while dealing with stories of our past, present, or future. Outside our classroom, the world was not kind. Conflicts in Europe, in Africa, and the Middle East, social tensions, the rise of populism, and global systematic shocks. Travel restriction as well, that prevented some of our classmates to move freely. In moments of heightened tensions, when our hearts were sometimes heavy, it would have been easy to avoid difficult conversations and let ourselves be engulfed in the darkness. But we didn't. With the help of our brilliant professors, we navigated these issues with grace and intention. We chose to embrace discomfort rather than avoiding it. We listened to another and proved that empathy is not a weakness. It is strategic, demanding, and essential. We debated passionately, sometimes agreeing, sometimes disagreeing, and sometimes as well agreeing to disagree. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Did we argue? Oh, yes, we did. But we learned more than I would ever imagined. Our perspective changed. And that is the most precious learning INSEAD gave us. While I thought it would teach me mostly about leadership, it taught me even more about myself. Not only the strength of the piece I bring to the table, but also the undeniable power of unity we created together. We learned that we don't have to be perfect to be wonderful. We just have to show up. So here the challenge that I offer us as we leave this ceremony. Remember what we accomplished here, and keep connecting the pieces that others consider impossible. When the world tries to put us back into silos, when our certainties are shaken, remember what we intellectually cultivated here, what we built, and what we practice. Wherever we go from here, Abu Dhabi, Beijing, Fontainebleau, Sao Tome, or places we haven't yet learned to pronounce, let us keep collecting pieces and connecting them with the same courage, curiosity, kindness we showed here. Let us have the uncomfortable conversations. Let us listen and remain humble and lucid. Let us be the role models we wish we had and inspire others in building the next stage of our colorful, imperfect, beautiful masterpiece. Today, looking at all of us, I am proud. All our respective dots have converged, imprinting each other to become a magnificent mosaic that hopefully will last a lifetime. Not despite our differences and little quirks, but because of them. And as we enter life as GEMBA or GEMBA alumni, I'd like to borrow the words of one of our wise professors and say to you, my dear brothers and sisters, I appreciate that you all put as much energy to get to know each other and understand each other as we did into learning on campus. I learned from you the strength of the bonds we created together, and that I am stronger and more powerful because of them. And as for my wish, I like to borrow from a song many of us quoted on various occasions over the past 5 months. Ain't no mountain high enough. I wish you all to keep climbing towards the summits of your wildest dreams. But more than that, I wish for you to be the person you dreamt to be, and to help others to become who they're meant to be too. GEMBA class of 2025, GEMBA class of 2026, congratulations. The first part of our mosaic is ready, and as we live now, forever change, let's go and build the world. Thank you, everyone.
I think they want you to come finish the song. Thank you for those wonderful remarks, for sharing some parts of the journey that I'm very glad I've learned about, and a few that I'm sad that I learned about, but nonetheless, thank you very much. Lovely remarks.